Alright. Back in Mecharashi, who just do some Mecharashi dailies and to clear out that one expansion op that is like the simulation battles. Now, to be fair, you know, I'm sure if you saw the last episode that had no commentary, you probably know that like it was a complete stomp. And you wanna know something? Yeah, this one might be a complete stomp too. It's I don't know if you saw, if you know anything about Mecharashi, but like the enemies were like level like 49, 50. And my team was much higher level than that. Just gonna clear out all the other stuff before I jump in there. Currently in the waiting until I get enough gold drops to upgrade the next section of my mechs, the next mechs set of mech weapons. I'm also, of course, fiending for parts to do this as well. But you know what? It's time for simulation battle. Based off of the last stage, it might be possible. We'll see. This video might be really short if I actually can't do any of them. Though they're level 52. Okay, so I'm just surveying how many do we even need everyone here. Really now. These two can get dropped.
Bring on the next one!
Honestly, this is my favorite part about being overleveled.
Punch first! Bring on the next one!
Is
Punch first!
they really have
Bring on the next one!
no way to stop. Okay, so knowing when that hits the head now.
All for the epithyleum! Bring on the next one! Punch first! So naive!
Oh, there's enemies over here. I mean, to be fair, like, logically speaking, if you saw this happen to you, or your friend right next to you, would you still stay? Because, like, I wouldn't. I'd be leaving.
Reflect on your actions. I have my plan. Follow the rules.
Oh yeah, I guess I can talk about some stuff for Lancer and everything. I know the audio just cut out. If you play this game, you know the audio cuts out when you alt tab. So just bear with me for a second. Okay, just bear with me for a second. All right. Anyway, back to audio. So yeah. Anyway, I've been coming up with a bunch of stuff for the Lancer campaign that my friends want to do. I'm pretty happy with a lot of it. I think it's
all for the epithyleum.
Once again, you know, we're discovering new things. You know, I'm actively, you know, head to the book, reading the rule book to learn to make sure I'm
naive.
Okay, strip every part off of it, and then you don't have enough AP to keep it. Yeah, me too, buddy, me too. But then I'm actively reading the rule book, making sure I'm fully understanding everything that the players are looking for, what they are looking to get out of it. I guess I could talk about it here. I mean, I don't think they watch my videos. They might. Never mind. But if they do, and they're listening, and they don't want to get spoilers for the things that are not related to their character. Don't say anything. Just mute the audio and just watch the nice mech battles in the background as that are happening. Oh, 2 misses! That's crazy. We get 2 more misses, or we're gonna get a hit this time. Ooh, another miss. Ah, that's a hit though. That's okay. That's okay. We'll get it next time. But
Reflect on your actions.
The interesting thing here is, so I'll just start with the fact that we have 5 characters. I think I mentioned 5 characters last
Follow
time,
the
but we do
rules.
have 5 players playing. So we will go in alphabetical order from the top to the bottom, and I have their names here on the side. First and foremost, we have Mark. Okay, you're gonna notice something about this. There's 2 M's, there's 2 Z's, and the newest person to join has a V. Okay, it apparently just really did not like the first part of the alphabet. It's
Someday
whatever.
I'm gonna.
Not my problem. I just run it for him. So anyway, so Mark has his backstory as he is laid it out to us, or not to us, but to me, is that he is a hacker from some from some planet that's kind of like, if we're gonna do it, imagine if Coruscant from Star Wars, that is what we're going for here. So he is from there, and he lived in the under levels of it, right? Because I don't know if anyone's ever actually paid attention to what they said is
Time to wake up.
Coruscant's lore, but it's apparently a Star Wars hive city
Useless
deal
resistance.
that's going on today. So it's just layers upon layers, cities and everything else just stacked on top of each other. Pretty cool if you ask me. There's more enemies over here. But yeah, so it's Star Wars Coruscant. So essentially we have Coruscant, and it's supposed to be there's a grimy underbelly, and his character was go to work, did what he could to get by, but then one of his co-workers was like, hey man, you want to do crime instead? And he was like, no, actually. He said, no, I'd much rather, keep working the normal job and, get by like that. And then his co-worker proceeded to tell
Follow
him,
the rules.
you don't have a choice. And so then he started doing crime with the co-worker.
I have my plan.
In the Lancer. He started doing the crimes.
Follow the
Started being a
rules.
bad guy. But he found out that he's actually pretty good at hacking. So, with his newfound developed skills of being a good hacker and a game
Bring
to
on the
run
next
with,
one.
his character ended up being pretty good at the whole kind of crime and everything, and hacking and this stuff. But he had a job go bad. Why did the job go bad? The player explained it.
So naive.
He told me that. He said that. It was
So
because
naive.
Really, he was betrayed
So naive.
by the person who essentially recruited him. Because with his technological skills, he was kind of becoming a good asset to the to the gang, and by being a too good of an asset, he was taking over the gang essentially, and the coworker who got him
I
joined
have my plan.
couldn't handle that, so instead plotted to get him killed and captured. Well, he sold him out, got him captured on a job gone bad. As the official
All for the
reason
epiphyllum.
devastated as the job gone bad. The person who captured him, though, did not kill him. Instead, he saw
All for the
potential
epiphyllum.
in his character,
naive.
Mark. And
Let's
so,
kick
with
this
that
off.
potential, he was decided to instead try to nurture Mark into being a good, or not good, but at the very least an asset for him instead. Of course, Mark, not wanting to die, took this
So
deal.
naive.
Didn't have too many problems with it. And now
Follow the
he's
rules.
off-world, been shipped off-world and everything. Now, this is the part where the player, doesn't know.
Questioning my approach.
For him. But I'm gonna have if he watches this video and he decides to spoil himself, that's on him. Alright? I don't think he watches my videos, but if he does, like I said, this goes for all the people who are in this Lancer campaign. Right? They are all, if they listen to my videos and they want to get spoiled on some things, right? That's on them. Okay? I'm giving him plenty of warning. I'm prefacing this. I guess what he does not know is that I'm gonna have it where his gang is keeping tabs on him. You know, I feel like that was a pretty
So naive. So naive.
The guy you sold out, even if he doesn't know you sold him out, you should probably keep tabs on him
So
in case he
naive.
does figure it out and decides he wants to come for revenge. So, you know, his gang members are keeping tabs on him, and so with this knowledge,
XR.
I'm gonna
It's
have
showtime.
essentially a like kind of outpost, a holdout place for them, where they're, you know, keeping an eye on him, and then
Reflect on your
he's gonna get
actions.
some roles behind the scenes, and then these roles are gonna determine
Bring on
whether
the
or
next
not
one.
he is going to find out that his gang keeping tabs
Bring
on
on
him
the next
by
one.
listening in on the frequency or the channel that they've been using to communicate behind his back. And I'm gonna have like the guy like talking like crazy about him and being like, man, can you believe this guy used to be like, is this the guy for real? This is the hacker? Man can't even figure out that we're listening to him. And that's gonna be like the lead in to him getting like
Someday I'm gonna.
and then they cut it off, right? And then that's the hook for them to go do that, right? So yeah, I don't want to say too much in case he decides to listen to this whole thing, because there are references in there, and I do have some choice references. Let's say that I made them not particularly difficult to get. You could reasonably figure out the references, but I did make this a hard reference.
Let's crank it up
I
a notch.
didn't explain this. So they asked for some things, like, you know, custom items. That's pretty easy. Just give them like a cool gun that's like a +1 or whatever. Makes them have +1 accuracy, +1 damage. I get like, from what
Ready
I'm
to
reading,
rock
I get
this.
Lancers a very like, you need to have like your damage counted out to a T. So like, you know, I'm not gonna give them like
You're
a
about to
+5
witness
or
my
+4
iron
weapon.
will.
Like a
That
+1
was too
weapon
close for
to just
comfort.
like butter them up a little bit. That seems like perfectly fine, if not doable.
Ready to rock this.
So
Time to wake
I
up.
was fine with that one. But they asked for
XR.
sales of custom items. I gave
It's
them a
showtime.
bestiary. Now they could of course do the Lancer thing, which is like to scan to figure stuff out. They can scan. I'm not going to stop them from doing that. It's just that I'm going to have like a bestiary,
All for the
so that like
Epiphyllum.
once they've defeated a certain number of just like commonly
Bring on the
found
next
enemies,
one.
they can have like a list somewhere where they can just
Punch
pull up all the
first.
stats without having to run into one to then have to find out its stats again.
Let's kick
You know,
this
just
off.
something on the side. Considering like, okay,
Punch
with
first.
CompCon, it's really easy to like just print out this stuff. So like, it's not like it's that much of a hassle, or at least I don't think so. I don't know. We're not running it consistently yet. So maybe in fact, this is a nightmare situation I'm putting myself into, and I just don't know it yet. But yeah, they also asked for, one guy asked for achievements. Now, this was interesting to me because the idea of achievements wasn't actually too big of a concern for me. I mean, like, what would I have achievements to? So I thought about having them essentially be like mini kind of, maybe a replacement for inspiration, probably not full replacement, but like essentially they're split between easy/group achievements, medium achievements, and hard achievements.
You're not good enough.
Easy achievements give you a +1 to any roll you make. So if any dice roll you have to make, you get +1 added onto it. That would be the oh god. Hold on, they just shut everyone off. That's bad.
XR. It's showtime.
But anyway, after I've analyzed the situation and come to the conclusion that one of my members was still
Bring
not
on the next
operational,
one.
I would have been screwed. But
Punch first.
then so they get achievements easy, medium, hard.
Let's
The
kick
way I'm
this
doing
off.
it is easy, and group achievements are things they could see, but they can't see hard or medium achievements because I want those to be a little bit like more difficult. But their bonuses are instead medium achievements give you a +2 to to any save you have to make, and hard achievements give you a +3. Or as one of the players, because we play D&D, he said that he didn't know if he wanted inspiration gone completely. So I said, I mean, like, I can work with that. So instead of having it gone completely, instead you will have it so that I said that hard achievements might give you the equivalent of inspiration, so you get a reroll. Might lose to it. It might. They might beat her before we get over there. Looking at we'll make it. That's how I hope.
Useless resistance.
If she kills here, I'm gonna have to go back. Hong needs to be able
Bring
to get
on
in
the next one.
and save her.
All for the epiphyllum.
But yeah. So anyway,
Bring on the next one.
The achievement system. I'm not gonna say any of the achievements. Well, I can say that I brought them up to mention at least one of them. So one of the achievements, one of the achievement categories I have is references. I wanted there to be references to. I made a lot of the characters are, of course, based off
So
of
naive.
things I like, medias that I've enjoyed. So I base characters off of them. Well, if they can guess the character reference, then I will give them one that's an achievement. But some of the media is a little bit more obscure than the other stuff, right? So like the stuff that would be really easy
XR.
for them to get are
It's
things I think
showtime.
they would get like off the cuff, like this is pretty easy. That stuff is considered like an easy achievement, an easy reference. But if they want to guess like things from Mecharashi,
Someday.
just so you know, there's a character that I've headcanon to look exactly like Seven in this game. Let me just show you Seven while I'm thinking about her. Please get off my screen. Let me go show you Seven while I'm thinking about her. I've headcanon a character to essentially look just like her, and so I've told them this beforehand. And so if they guess, I put all the other Mecharashi references in the easy category because they already know I borrowed one character from this game. So it wouldn't be too far off for them to assume that I based another character off of this game. So that's why all of them are in easy. Some of the harder ones are in some books that I've read, and some of them are in web novels or comics that I've read. Some of them are in games I've played, but they are there, and they are referencing. One's a little bit of an older reference. You would have to have played an old strategy game to get this one. I hope that's not a tip-off for the people who would have played old strategy games if they listen to this video. But if it is, hey man, you gotta accept your losses when you take them. You put yourself in the situation to eat this L, so that's just how it is. But yeah, I hope they like the achievement system. I hope it's not too much of a, oh my goodness. I hope it's not too much of a hassle to run it with the achievement system. It'll just be easy to like keep track of some things. Some of the more easier ones are like, be the first one to score a kill in like 3 different missions. Be the first one to do
I
this.
have
be the
my
first one to
plan.
do that. As a group, everyone hit a boss.
Reflect on
As a
your
group, everyone deal
actions.
damage to a boss. Like some pretty simple stuff to get done. Not too difficult, pretty easy, I want to wager.
Questioning my approach.
That. But I know.
I've
I've really
noticed.
veered off topic, and that's because I now have enjoyed the idea of potentially talking about other Lancer characters in other episodes of Mecharashi Daily, but we'll see when we get there. But for now, we'll go on to the next character, Mary. Mary is a interesting character. So Mary is a lifelong friend of Seven in our game, and they were gal pals back in community college. Mary is also played by a guy. I just want to put that out there. Alright? So, Mary and this girl go like way back or whatever, and in their way back, they have Mary ended up dating this guy. Now, Seven thought this guy was no good for Mary, and a running gag with her is that she made a bunch of whiteboards that all list out like why this guy George was a terrible boyfriend and why they should have never gotten together. And she missed. That's impressive, actually.
Let's kick this off.
But yeah, it's all of it's just bad, like why you should have never dated, yada yada yada, this that. Well, so in Lancer, cloning is pretty common.
All for the
Maybe not common, but it is something that happens. And the guy who's playing Mary has told me that
So naive.
he wants her to be
All for
very
the
against cloning.
So naive.
Ready to rock
Does
this.
not want her to be like one of the people who would
Let's
be okay
begin.
with being cloned. And I said, okay, I can work with that.
XR.
And then
It's
he wants
showtime.
George and them to break up. And I suggested to him, what if he wanted George, the breakup to be because of traditional values getting in the way? Well, I said, what if George is part of a
Reflect on your actions.
who is perfectly fine with the idea of cloning because they believe it is part of like the natural process of like ascending to like the next plane, like going to a better place or a higher plane of existence requires you to essentially die and be cloned and have the clones lift up your body to the next the next plane.
I have
and so
my
he's
plan.
perfectly fine with it. And so this was my idea with him, and he said he liked it, and that I should go with it. So he knows like that much. He doesn't know much more. I'm not gonna tell him everything I have planned for this cult, but he knows that. And of course, since he knows this in character, I hope he
I have my
remembers to
plan.
tell the group the next time we have our session, considering unless they were looking for information on cults, they would not know to look for information on this mysterious cult. So we will see if he remembers to tell them, or if they have to
Bring
find
on
out
the next
the
one.
hard way by running into them. Because I'm gonna have George be like kind of like really
All for the
spiteful.
epiphylum.
Mary totally rejected his ideas, like in his ideals, and he kind of wants to force them onto her. All right, and this is the end plot. I'm gonna like vouch to make sure he's okay with it. Nothing like it's gonna happen. There's not gonna be any like
Follow the rules.
major NSFW comments. He's just kind of gonna be like a dick or like a bad
I have
person.
noticed.
Yeah, that's the whole
Follow
thing
the rules.
with Mary. All right, kind of one of the simpler ones, but also one of the ones that I think will be really fun once we get into like the middle of it. I think that'd be pretty fun. And
Someday,
next we have, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, but I mean, I don't think that player even knows I have a YouTube channel where I upload content. So this one's probably the safest to get wrong. Vin Talti. I don't think I pronounced that right at all, but that is what he is, and that's what we are going. That's what he's going for. So. So what is his whole deal? He is a guy with well, that's not even true. He's not even a guy. He's a
Reflect on your
gender-neutral body,
actions.
as last we left it. That might change by next session.
I have
But
noticed.
as far as we know at the moment, he is
Reflect on your
gender-neutral. His
actions.
character is gender neutral. Probably identifies as a guy, but at the very least, as far
Time
as I
to
know right
wake
now,
up.
he is gender neutral, and he is
Watch out.
was found in a casket floating in outer space that crash landed on a planet. We have sensed and done the correct and appropriate thing of forcing him to join the group as a member. Alright? This is the only correct option for what to do.
Punch first. You've done well enough.
Let's to force him to become a mech pilot on like day one. Right? So he's joined up with us, and he has described to me that his character was like a frontier explorer kind of person, and his whole gist was that he was pretty good at his job, but when he was supposed to, you know, be staying at base or waiting for team members to show up, his character was instead of running off to go do the exploration by himself. And so, you know, that's fine and all until eventually it all went wrong.
You've done well
He got caught and captured by some evil eldritch entity, and now he's woken up like who knows how long later with like no memories and just a very minimum phrase that he has to. That's all he has to go off of. And so
bring on the next one.
He's gonna have to live with that fact until we get to his thing. So what essentially I've described to him is to have a sort of like dungeon delving mechanic, right? And when we go on these dungeon delves, he will be given every now and again, one of these dungeon delves will be related to his character. Okay, sorry, I was surprised that he didn't even get
Someday, I'm gonna crush the dark.
Yeah, one of these dungeon dives will be related to his character. I'll finish this one off, and then I'll go to the other ones in the other video. Since they won, they did it already. So, but yeah, so he is going into when you do these dungeon delves, when some of them are related to him, I'm going to have now this one's going to be the most direct spoil reference, and if one of the players does listen to this video, does spoil themselves on who he's based off of, and then tries to claim the reference points and doesn't tell me, I want the guilt to like eat them. I want the guilt to like really make them just feel really bad that they use this to do it. Anyway, so he's gonna be based off of his name was literally just on the tip. Sanson from Limbus Company. I don't like Sanson. I think he's a good antagonist, but I don't like him personally. Like, as an individual, like as a person, I don't like Sanson, but he is a good antagonist. He is going to be based off Sanson, so occasionally they're going to have whole sections where like they're like reliving his memories, and he's being like puppeteered to do this, that, and the other, and they're all being puppeteered around, and it's going to be like this whole thing, and it's going to be great. At least I hope it's great. I hope it goes well. I hope they enjoy it. I hope that they're like, oh my goodness, this was great and everything. Now he says that for the main villain for his plot, he has some ideas of who he wants. So the main villain will not be Sanson, it'll be like someone else. But that's okay, because that lets me then play the entire Blue Man crew from Limbus Company in our End This D&D game. And honestly, that's all I could have ever asked for, I guess. So yeah, moral of the story is, at the end of the day, you'll get the other two characters. That's a hilarious tag to give this guy. You'll get the other two characters at some point in the future when I do the next, probably Mekarashi or this long video. But yeah, no. Thanks for watching. And wait, hold on. Before I leave, let's check the tickets. Maybe I can do a shipping. Is it less than 5? Okay, I got enough. All right, let's do. We want one shipping before I disappear for who knows how long. All right, one shipping. It was nothing. All right, well, see y'all around.